episode number 39 of Business and Leadership Stories with the excellent Sachin Bhandary from The Story Co. Now, we know, and I'm not saying this because the Ram Mandir just got inaugurated, we know that stories from the Ramayana and Mahabharata is something we remember instinctively because our grandparents and our parents taught us those stories via just storytelling. They told us those stories, we imbibed them, and stories really are a hack into the human brain. We need to use more of them, and that's what Sachin does. He basically tells us a real life story and the marketing and the communication lesson that we can imbibe from it. How are you, my friend?
Very, very good, Hrishi. And a couple of weeks ago, I also caught Hanuman in the theaters. Fantastic. What an experience.
Lovely. You can't go wrong with our superhero films. Our version is mythological, of course. Sachin, the biggest marketing tool founders ignore. That is the theme for today's story. What indeed is the biggest marketing tool founders ignore?
As usual, let me start by telling a story. I'm part of this organization called Business Networking International, where people or business owners rather try to help each other out by passing qualified referrals for people who may be looking for your business or your service. And there is a annual meet of each of the cities, and I attended the annual meet of Bangalore, which is interestingly called Bang. I'll just leave it at that. And so I was just walking around, and there was one stall which actually drew me towards it. It was like magnetic, and I just walked up to it. It didn't really have anything fancy. It did not have any gadgets. It had nothing of that sort. Neither were there, pretty-looking hostesses who were standing there. Nothing of that sort. But yet I got attracted to the stall, and that company actually makes proprietary grid mats. So these grid mats, it's much like how you see some of those rubber carpets at hotels and places with a high volume of people walking around. Those kind of grid mats which are proprietary, they are specifically used to build roads. So they put the grid mat, and on top of that you put the other things, the material, like I don't know what you call them, but probably dambar is the word that I remember. So dambar uspe dalte hain uske baad. So what it does is it stops the road from disintegrating. So the pothole problem is what this company is trying to solve in collaboration with government authorities, but also in private layouts and wherever private parties are building roads. The reason why I got attracted to this stall is because the name of the company, which was right up there on the stall, the name of the company is PotholeRaja.
PotholeRaja.
And I was like, what is this name? Let me just go and find out. And when I went to the stall, Hrishi, I realized that it had a super cool, it was a super cool initiative. And pothole, are a bane of our existence. We all know it, no matter which city in India you live. So they're trying to solve a real problem. And the founder, interestingly, because of the name of the company and everything, he gets now called by Economic Times, Times of India, a lot of other national news channels. His name is Sourabh Kumar, supremely smart young gentleman. And I think he has both his mind and heart in the right place. So he gets called, and he said the reason for that is because my company is named PotholeRaja. Anytime anyone thinks any story about potholes, they will call me to get a quote about what we are doing about it, how can this problem be solved, etc. So you see, sometimes they say what's in a name, but actually in business, the name matters a lot.
Very beautifully put, my friend. And indeed, what is the lesson that we can learn from this PotholeRaja story?
Yeah, PotholeRaja story, the lesson is fairly simple. I think a lot of us go for just smart sounding names when it comes to either our businesses or even within organizations when we are taking certain initiatives, or if you're a brand person, a brand campaign, etc. We all try to sound super smart because we want to show people how smart we are, but that's again counterproductive. What may work better is that if you use a name which is relatable, which people can relate to, and PotholeRaja is exactly that. It's something that we all relate to. And I also have this tip. If anybody wants to know how to come up with the right names for your initiatives or your brands or your startup, read this super cool book by a lady named Alexandra Watkins. The name of the book is My Name is Awesome. The name of the book is My Name is Awesome. I'm not saying Sachin's name is awesome.
Essential reading for you guys. My Name is Awesome by Alexandra Watkins. Sachin Bhandary is a business story coach and trainer. You can take on one-on-one sessions with him. If you're HR, human resources department of a company, you can get him to come and speak to your companies. He also, handholds CEOs and does a fair amount of coaching for CEOs, and storytelling is his format, which is so beautiful. How can people reach out to you, Sachin Bhandary?
Thanks a lot, Hrishi. So if any of the C-suite executives, senior executives have an important high-stakes communication events, my coaching services are available to them for talks, presentations, investor calls, etc. I also work with companies in a more long-term way by helping them using the power of story to become more effective as an organization. People can just look up my name on LinkedIn. It's Sachin Bhandary. Sachin is easy. Bhandary is Bhandary, not I. And when you go to my profile, there's a link which says get in touch or stay in touch. Click that. You can either just subscribe to my newsletter or follow me on LinkedIn. But if you have something specific to talk about, an engagement or a requirement, just schedule a 30-minute Zoom call. I was about to say Google Meets, but I don't use Google Meets.
Sachin, see you next week, my friend. Cheers.
Look forward, Hrishi. Bye.
94.3 Radio 1.